I do these videos with these sort of big intros, and I think the videos I do. I do these big intros, but I don't feel like doing that tonight because really this is a horrible performance by this club. Great expectations are expected here, and to see them flailing like this in August, and the Phillies starting to pull away a little bit, it's very annoying. I mean, I did not do a video last night, on Monday's game. That was sort of a back and forth game. That was irritating as it is. That was a game they had to have last night. Uh, First of all, you know that this team does not hit with men scoring position. So if you're the third base coach, why are you holding up Tyrone Taylor? Now, Sarbaugh has been a pretty good third base coach the last 2 years. But that was probably the worst call that we've seen him make over the time that he's been here with the Mets. Taylor's in there to run. He's going to score on that play. You have to. The Guardians are going to have to be perfect to make that play. And it turned out that the cutoff man dropped the ball when he caught it. Also knowing that if the base man on second and third, they're going to walk the pitch to Pete. We know Pete's a great home run hitter, but the odds of him getting a 5-hit game in yesterday's game was not very high. Okay, and the fact that they've been so piss poor men's scoring position. There should have been a more conscious effort to bring the runner in. If he doesn't score, if he gets thrown out of the plate, there's 2 outs in the ninth inning. You still have Soto there. But I think there should have been more of a thought through that. I think he done, I don't know, it was just a disaster. And of course, no one mentioned this, I don't believe. In the 10th inning, Luis Torrens comes in. He's hitting 200. His OPS is under 600 for the season. I would have thought that he would have gotten told to not swing at a 2-0 pitch, and he swung at a 3-0 pitch, which was off the plate, and he flied off the last out. No one mentioned it after the game. I don't believe anybody even asked what they thought of it, what Mendoza thought of it at the end of the game after the game was over. Nobody said anything. So I thought that was very irritating. And then tonight, Clay Holmes pitched well, but he got to be very careful with him. The bullpen pitched well, but of course, the bullpen that has been sort of lauded, they're taking in a little oil here, taking in some water, and of course, Rogers, who's a very good reliever, was very wild tonight, and that's why the Mets lost this game. And of course, the offense has been pathetic. Now, people online are talking about firing the hitting coaches. Well, these are the same guys that did a good job last year. And the good job is always in the result. The Mets are still having the same issues here, not scoring runs with men in scoring position, not hitting with men in scoring position, and of course, the bottom of this lineup is doing nothing. Vientos, after one game, has done nothing, really, for the most part. Alvarez had that home run. He hit a little bit, but he's done nothing. And I don't like highlighting players that don't have making all the money and stuff like that. But these are the guys the Mets hope to get a lot of production out of from the bottom of the lineup, and they've done nothing for this club, okay, this year. Unfortunately, they didn't bring in a bigger player, which I wanted them to do, a bigger bat in the lineup to help the bottom of this lineup out. They didn't do that. So we're kind of stuck with this group now for the next 6 weeks. Now, can't defend what the other guys have done. Nimmo's been terrible the last 2 nights. Terrible. He made contact. And Lindor's been kind of back and forth. Ever since he hurt his foot, he hasn't been the same. Now, Pete picked it up the last 2 days. I'm not going to get too hard on him. I'm not getting hard on him last night against Smith. Smith was throwing gas last night, especially against Pete. He was throwing the ball as hard as he could throw at him. He's going to be a good closer for a long time. So they don't care about Manuel Clase. Gets suspended for life if he does. And they'll go cheap with Smith until they decide to get rid of him next. But, and of course, Soto doesn't hit with men's scoring position. It's the craziest thing. But this team is I wouldn't say they're teetering on the brink, okay? But they're getting awfully close. And not for nothing, the Marlins are a game under 500. And they did win a lot of games in a row. They swept the Yankees in Miami. So the Mets have a little problem here. keeping an eye on the team behind them. That's the one thing I'm a little nervous about. The Mets should seriously consider, of course, too, bringing in some of this young pitching they have in the minor leagues. These guys are ready. At least two of them are ready. Nolan McLean pitched tonight. He pitched really well. Brandon Sprota's getting close to. He's ready too. I mean, he had a big month of July. There's no reason for him to still be down there. And Jonah Tong, he's dominating minor league baseball. These guys should be here. Okay. I'm tired of watching Frankie Montas and his load up there getting his ass kicked. He's not any good. Okay. I've seen enough of him. I was not happy when they signed him. I would just put him in the bullpen and just have him be a mop up. I also would mention this. Ryan Stanek, get him out of here. Boom. And I don't like this thing. I don't know if this is like a signal for demonic signal, but ever since he started doing that and closing out these games, I don't like that. I saw that he was doing that the last few times he closed the games out. I don't care for that stuff. We don't like summoning Satan or anything like that. Any of that nonsense. I like to ship his long-haired ass out of here. To be honest with you, I think I've seen enough of him. I mean, they brought him in to mop up on Sunday. I was at the Ducks game, believe it or not, on Sunday watching the Ducks play. And what was interesting is when I saw the Mets were losing 7-1, so 7-2, whatever it was. So okay, then it was 12-2 or 12-3. I was like, holy shit, I was like, I got to see who pitched tonight then. And of course, Ryan Stanek. There's a reason why he's bouncing around too, and I'd get him out of here. The Mets got as much out of him as they could. Get him out of here. Mets have enough talent in his bullpen. They don't need that guy at the back end, And he came in early the other day, and he gave a whole bunch of runs the other day in the 5th inning. So the guy, he can't help you in the 5th inning. He can't help you out in the 9th inning. Then he's no help at all. Get his ass out of here. And hopefully they'll do that. And of course, the starting pitching has been lousy. They're not going deep enough. The guy that does go deep will be pitching tomorrow. He'll be pitching tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get a win tomorrow. And this Guardian team, what's weird about them is they're built for the regular season, and they get the postseason when they need big bats in their lap. They don't show up. I'm not impressed with them at all. The results fine. They're winning baseball. They're winning. I don't know how they're winning, but you know what? They're not any good. Just in terms of talent wise, it's just not there, in my opinion. But the sum is more than what the whole is, or whatever. The whole in my head, I don't know. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. That's the word. That's what they are. You got a lot of organizational guys from the past, and Jose Ramirez, the ugliest man in baseball. A great player, but he's not the all-time ugliest player in baseball. That's Willie McGee, but that's beside the point. I don't know how they win. But they're just not. That's why they never do much in the postseason, because they don't have the star power to win big games in the postseason, other than Ramirez. But that's my opinion. Well, hopefully we'll have a more festive beginning to this video. This is very irritating. It's getting to be very pissed. It's getting to be pissed off now. So I want to see the Mets win and play well, and they're just not doing that. They haven't been doing that for a while now, and that's upsetting to say. Because you invest all this time into the team, and you want them to put they're not taking good at bats. They just there's no energy there. Especially in these games that they grinding out games. The last night's game was a grinding out game. They had to have that game last night. And the thing is, when you don't play well, weird things like Sarbaugh not sending the runner, everybody in the ballpark, I would have sent them. I think most people would have did it. And like I said, the night with men scoring position, send them. And it gets thrown out, you applaud the Guardians for making a great play, and at least you have Soto up there again with 2 outs to give yourself a shot. He didn't do that. Anyway, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm pissed off.